Sean's View Entertainment, YouTube.com. Like the video and subscribe. It's always prolific, consistent, and dedicated right here. With the latest news concerning Batista, his future, questionable retirement match versus Triple H. Batista not happy with the WWE, not happy with the creative process, not happy with PG. Well, Batista's shocking words on the Talk is Jericho podcast. He had the following to say concerning what drove him nuts, what didn't make sense following the WrestleMania 30 aftermath. This is what I was bent out of shape about, Batista said. I loved the match. I love that we put him over in the best way possible. We threw out the bells and whistles, everything, even up to the point of me tapping out. But the next night on Raw, we came back and they didn't want Daniel Bryan selling. It wasn't his fault, you know. Daniel is an incredible worker, man, and he knows what he's doing. But they didn't want him to come back selling, which drove me nuts, man, because we beat the hell out of the guy. The guy's being pulled off in a stretcher. He gets off the stretcher and comes back and wins, but somehow mysteriously he's all healed up to the next night. That kind of stuff irks me to no end, man. Jericho said that it didn't make any sense, but it's something that Vince McMahon would simply attribute to creative license. Batista called it garbage and noted that the art's being lost with some of those subtle touches not being there. And, well, you know what you can attribute this story to and what Batista said. You know what you can really, put it up against and compare it to? Well, the whole John Cena thing. He gets the crap beat out of him. He gets decimated. He gets destroyed at SummerSlam. Takes 1 week off. Comes back the next week. No harm. No injuries. Nothing. Comes back rejuvenated, refreshed, 110%. John Cena destroys the Wyatt family after taking a hellacious beating at the hands of Brock Lesnar. So this is kind of like the same situation. So you see, Batista, I'm not right all the time. There's times I'm wrong, and I'll be wrong again. There's no doubt about it. As much as I've been watching the WWE and been a passionate fan and been watching it my entire life, there'll be times and instances where I'm wrong, where I'll get the wrong information, the wrong rumor, the wrong headline. But before I was talking about how Batista didn't want to put certain people over. I was wrong about that. Batista had no problem putting over Daniel Bryan. He had no problem doing the job. He has no problem in building the foundation in the youth of the WWE, which I thought that was the problem. I thought that was one of the things being said, but I was wrong, and I am a man. I will admit my wrongdoings. I will admit when there was an error. I will admit when there was a mistake. So, ladies and gentlemen, your comments and your opinions on the way the WWE handled the WrestleMania 30 aftermath, and do you agree with Batista? You kind of would have to, because there's no other way to look at it. Subscribe. Just poor booking all around.